was not what I learned about him now. It's nice when you paint the picture and you assume. And again, the biggest lie that the enemy could have caused was to create a history that reflects the Bible, which then can be used as a prophetic book, when in reality, they planned this along. And I'm going to show you how, fam. And it's not like they twisted the Bible. No. The history aligning itself. That's why the Most High said, through his son, listen. Revelation. I think it was John? Revelation? I can't remember. It says that all of those things will be revealed, right? So anyhow, it's called Saint Nicholas and Swarthy. Now, our understanding of this was, at least to me, before I found out, I had a great conversation with a sister. Hey, shalom, Meshiacha. Matter of fact, she's here. Oh, shalom, Rick, and whoever else, okay? So I appreciate what she shared with me. We're just, we share information. And I know about Swarthy, but what I know of him was not what she shared with me. So my understanding of Swarthy was, he came in St. Nicholas, and that Swarthy was his actual slave, like black ops slave, right? And he would go around and kidnap kids and beat them up and stuff like that. So in this camp, obviously they would say, "Oh, you see, and he's kidnapped, make the black guy look bad." Blah, blah, blah. So obviously the connotation to this topic, it's racist. It's racist. That's what they say. Now, as you guys know me, I don't give a rat's ass who you are. You're gonna get it once I know that whatever your history is and it's attached to us. Guess what? I'm gonna put it in your face. Because there's no way to answer facts with what's it called? Alternative facts. You can create them, but what we see is what we see. And what we keep seeing seems to be true. So again, that old saying, if it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck and it floats and swims like a duck and probably smells like one, then it probably is a duck. You're going to find out today several things, okay? So let's begin. All right, and I hope you guys are now. When I'm getting into this PowerPoint, I'm going to use most of it, and then I'm going to use some links. I'm going to fly back and forth, but again, it's going to be most of it, so I'm going to get off camera right now. All right, I'm going to leave this on open, and let's begin. All right, so now, what I did was, as you can see, hopefully you guys can appreciate this, all right? So technically, we're going to look into what's called the Dutch origin. Now, you know me, family. You know me. Hold on, let me at least do this in the meantime, because I think you guys can read. You know that what I'm trying to do is clean up my act, because I do want to show, and I go fast, and I look for books, and it takes so much time. I want it to be clean. So what I like to do is give you history before we just go and, piss on the thing. Let's butter it up a bit. So let's find out about this Dutch origin. Who are these people? All right, so now we're going to click on Wikipedia. It's not 100% me, like I support this, no, but for the most part, it's a general theology, all right? You can see that here. It's general theology, but it's general theology. Let's see. Let me open this up. Now, here it goes right here, all right? So now, there was such a thing as Black Dutch. Hold on, let me see if I can magnify this. Yeah, there was such a thing as Black Dutch, okay? So, as you guys can read, matter of fact, here, let me do this. I'll magnify it even more. I'll give a little guy. So I'll read just a little bit so we can understand, all right? So follow me. It says, Black Dutch is a term with several different meanings in the United States dialect and slang. It generally refers to racial, ethnic, or cultural roots. Its meaning varies and such difference as contingent upon the time and place. Several varied groups of multiracial people have sometimes been referred to as or identified as Black Dutch, most often as reference to their ancestors. Okay? Now it says the term Black Dutch appears to have become widely adopted in the Southern Highlands and as far as West Texas in early 1800s by certain Southeastern families of mixed race ancestry, especially those of Native American descent. Okay? Just keep reading with me. When used in the South, it usually did not imply African admixture, although some families who used the term were of triracial descent. So they say. Okay? Now, in addition, some mixed race persons of European and African descent identify as Portuguese and Native Americans. You guys can continue reading this here. Pretty simple. Take a snapshot of it if you want. But I'm going to continue down a little bit. Now it says here, the term Dutch for people of German descent are also acquired at wider meaning. In those days, Deutsch or Deutsch were the words of the Germanic language spoken in what we know now as Netherlands and Germany. Germans with Swarthy, that word's going to come up again, or darker complexion were called Black Dutch. So now, hey, Shalom, Esmeralda. So now, if we have a understanding of Black Dutch or dark complexion of a Dutch person, now we're wondering, wait a minute, we never knew in American academic that there was such a thing as Black Dutch. I mean, for God's sakes, all I knew about Dutch and Netherlands was I'm sorry, no offense to you people, but you guys are super, super white. So to me, this was very surprising, right? And I know for the most part, and Alicia, I do want to share, this, that I didn't know about dark people of Dutch origin, but I didn't know the Swarthy story. So I'm so happy that you brought that to my attention. I appreciate that. I'll praise the Most High for that one. All right, so hold on a second. Here you go. Yeah, there you go for that one, man. That's for that. So now it says here, the term was adopted by some people as an attempt to disguise Indian or infrequently triracial descent. So remember this. Let me read it again so you can clearly understand. There are strong indications that the original Black Dutch were swarthy complexioned Germans. Then it says, Anglo-American loosely applied the term to any dark complexion American of European descent. Hold on a second.
Bruh.
Wait a minute.
Right? European dark complexion descent. Okay, let's continue. The term was adopted by some people as an attempt to disguise Indian and infrequently triracial descent. So they would use the Indian blood, right? Or if they were mixed with Indian, it would go back to the European descent, Black Dutch, because you'll find out what it was to be an Indian, what really happened to you to you sisters, more than anything. Then it says, by mid-19th century, the term had become an American colloquialism. I cannot pronounce it yet. I will eventually by the end of the class. A derogative term for anything denoting one's small stature, dark coloring, working class status, political sentiment, or anyone of foreign extract. In contrast to the Anglo surname Melungians. Now, I've heard I don't know how do you say it, but I've heard of these guys. And there's a real deep, weird history about them. I don't have time to do a class on them, but I was intrigued about what I found. But anyhow, let's continue. Nearly 60% of American families reporting Black Dutch tradition. Watch this. Nearly 60% of American families reporting Black Dutch tradition bear surnames that are either decidedly German or possibly Americanized from Germanic origin. So you guys can see here, Native American passing for white. There's somehow a different Dutch element that we weren't aware of. Okay? A different Dutch element. So let's continue. Now that we are at least getting an idea that Dutch wasn't always so-called white folks. You know what I'm saying? That's what I thought. Let me see if I can continue. Now, here's what I want you guys to do. If you ever have a chance, there's an app called Webster's Dictionary 1828. I've had it for years. Now, it was brought to my attention again because a brother pointed out a word in there, and I was like, oh, man, that's great. I had that app, but I was looking at that app for other reasons. One day,